With the king lion's return, the landscape was once again filled with courage and strength. Jack's arrival back home from his business trip abroad brought a sense of relief and excitement. As he reclaimed his place as the rock of his beloved Tien. Moreover, he has finally met Tien's supposed father. A momentous encounter that marks a significant turning point in their lives. A bittersweet moment, as Tien's father hands her hand over to Jack, signifying his acceptance and welcome of Jack as his daughter's soon-to-be better half. Only, if Tien's father is not shrouded with full of mystery. Wishing everyone a wonderful and a blessed day full of joy, hope, and love. Before proceeding, please note that this video is intended for review, recap, and reaction purposes, adhering to YouTube's community guidelines, offering critique and analysis. Viewer discretion advised. This video may also be available in some selected languages. Please click the gear button and go to Captions, then click Auto Translate to check your language. In a heart-wrenching display of determination, an elderly man embarked on an arduous 700 kilometers journey. Driven by his unwavering resolve to reunite with his long-lost child. Clinging to an old photograph of his child, he held on to hope as his guiding light. Fortunately, with the kindness and generosity of strangers, he finally found her. However, as time passes, the truth about their past remains shrouded in mystery. The arrival of Jack heightened anticipation, with viewers eagerly awaiting the revelation of the shocking truth, as hinted by this episode's title. But, surprisingly, nothing was revealed. The old man's reluctance to disclose anything about their past is perplexing. He cites it as a long story that requires time to unfold, leaving everyone wondering. Ironically, despite traveling far and wide to find his daughter, he shows no enthusiasm for sharing their story. How did they lose their child initially? What happened to their lives after the incident? The silence is deafening. The elderly man, who has finally found his long-lost child, seems lost again. His constant, piercing gazes, deep sighs, and unanswered questions imply he has much explaining to do. It's as if the weight of their unspoken past hangs precariously in the air, threatening to derail their newfound connection. After years of separation and countless yearnings, the father-daughter reunion is marred by an awkward silence. It's perplexing that Tien and her father have ample time to reconnect. Yet he chooses to take things at his own pace. Instead of reconnecting with his daughter, he revisits those who helped him find her and even spends a night with one of them. This unexpected turn of events raises more questions than answers. On the other hand, Tien, whose tumultuous past had left her yearning for the love and acceptance of a family, had all but relinquished her dream of uncovering her true identity. The scars of her uncertain past had taught her to suppress her desire for answers, to settle for the fragmented history she had managed to piece together. However, the moment she finally met her biological father, a spark of hope reignited within her. The possibility of finding closure, to filling the void left by her unknown past, seemed within reach. Despite the overwhelming urge to uncover the truth, Tien surprisingly hesitated, failing to press her father for the answers she had been seeking for so long. When she mustered the courage to inquire about her mother, his reply remained elusive, leaving her with more questions than answers. The vague reassurance that her mother was generally fine only intensified her longing for a more substantial connection to her past. This was the moment Tien had been waiting and praying for. The chance to reclaim her identity, to understand the circumstances that had shaped her life. Yet, she let the opportunity slip away, allowing her father to dictate the pace of revelations, choosing to accompany him on his own terms rather than demanding the truth. Furthermore, Tien could have urged her father to take her to their family home, to reunite her with her mother and finally experience the love and connection she had been longing for. She could have insisted on meeting her mother, on hearing her side of the story, and on rebuilding their relationship. Instead, she chose to let the moment pass, prolonging the mystery and leaving her questions unanswered. As she navigated this uncharted territory, Tien couldn't help but wonder about the secrets her father might be hiding. Was he even the one who had named her LýTửTiên? What had driven him to keep her past a mystery for so long? On a brighter note, Jack's return home after days abroad marked the beginning of an exciting new chapter. As he stepped back into familiar surroundings, the warmth of home and the love of those around him enveloped him, rejuvenating his spirit. He promptly embarked on his latest business venture, having finally secured the perfect location. Opting to rent instead of building from scratch proved to be a wise decision, considering his initial resources and the time required for construction. This strategic move allowed him to allocate his resources more efficiently, ensuring a smoother launch for his venture. With his business plans underway, Jack's thoughts turned to those closest to his heart. Without hesitation, he visited Tien on the farm, where he also met her father. As they gathered together, the air was filled with a mix of emotions: curiosity, apprehension, and a deep-seated longing for connection. Although unanswered questions lingered, Jack's presence brought comfort and reassurance. Aside from Mama Loy, his physical presence served as a guiding force and protective shield for Tien. The King Lion had finally reunited with his queen, and together they would rule their kingdom with love, courage, and strength. The journey ahead would be filled with challenges, but with their bond and determination, they would overcome them all. Share your thoughts. Feel free to leave your comment below with your theories and predictions.